Hiya, this is a short video tutorial to help you get started with the piece called Soak Up the Sun. And this is from Accelerated Piano Adventures, Book 1, Popular Repertoire, and we are on pages 18 and 19. Okay, so how this video is going to work is I'm going to first of all play through the piece for you, hands together as it should be played. Then I'll break it down into sections and hands separately, and then the last part of this video I'll be playing my part because it's a duet, so that you can then have a go playing along with me, so that we can play both parts together. Okay, so this is how the piece goes. Whilst you're listening, what I'd like you to do is if you can follow the music along as best you can. Okay, here we go. This is what it sounds like. And repeat. Repeat. Okay, so that's how it goes. Let's start breaking it down. We're going to do it hand separately now. So I'm going to show you the right hand first. Now the right hand starts with the fourth finger on E above middle C. So for the purposes of this video, this is my middle C, and we're going to be starting on this note here, which is E. So you just need to put your fourth finger on it, then rest one finger, of each of your other fingers consecutively over the keys around it, and then you're good to go, and you're not going to have to change hand position until bar 7 on line 3. Okay, so this is what the first two bars sound like. You're going to be doing E, D, C, B, then 2 Cs. So this is what bars 1 and 2 sound like. Okay, so just practice those 2 bars until you feel confident and comfortable before moving on. Now, bar 3 to 4 is really similar. I'm just having a look. It's really similar. The only difference is you play 1 C at the end of bar 4, not 2. So this is what bars 3 and 4 are going to sound like. Okay. Moving on to bars 5 and 6, just having a look, comparing this. Yeah, this is identical actually to bars 1 and 2, so it's nice and straightforward. So it will sound like this. Okay, moving on to bars 7 and 8 then. Again, it's very similar, but there are 1 or 2 changes. So I'm just going to do bar 7 on its own first. This is where you've got your first hand position change. So you're just going to need to shift everything up now 1 note to the right, so that you end up with your third finger on the E above middle C. Don't forget to just rest all of your other fingers consecutively over the keys there. Now the notes in bar 7 are 2 E's, a D and a C, so it will sound like this. And bar 8 is going to be D, E, F, E, like this. Okay. Now there are repeat signs in this piece, and we've just arrived at the first set of repeat signs, so I'm just going to show you here. These 2 little dots mean that you need to go back all the way to the beginning and repeat this whole section. We do come across another set of repeat signs, repeat dots if you like, towards the end of the piece, just here. So again, we'll be repeating this section. Okay, But for now, that's page 1, the right hand. I'm going to move on now to page 2 of the right hand. So keeping in that new hand position with your thumb on C and your third finger on E, you're going to play that as a chord for 4 beats like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then looking at bars 10 and 11, you've got 3 E's, D, C, D. So it will sound like this. Okay. Going on to bar 12, very similar, just bar 12 on its own, 3 E's, a D and a C. And then if I show you bars 13 and 14 now, in the right hand, these are 3 minims, so 2 beats on each of these, D, then E, then C. So it would sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Bar 16, so this is the last line of page 2. We've got F, E, then a C. So bar 16 sounds like this. So obviously that section repeats, so you can go back to bar 9 and repeat that section. Now the piece ends with 2 semi-breves that are tied together, and it's on C, so you're going to hold that C with your thumb for 8 beats, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the whole of the right hand. When you feel ready, move on to the left hand. So going back to the beginning, the top of the first page, where your fingers are going to be in the left hand is your thumb on G below middle C. Just to recap, this is my middle C here. So your thumb's going to be on the G below, and then your little finger is on the C below that. Now I'm just checking here, your hand stays in this position for line 1, but it is going to move on line 2. Not by much, just by 1 note up to the right, but just be aware that that's what's coming next. Okay, so this chord here, C and G, you're going to hold it for 8 beats because you've got 2 semi-breves that are tied together. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then in bar 3, you play that chord again, but just for 4 beats this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Moving on to bar 4, so this is on to the next line. Here's our finger position change. Just shift everything up 1 to the right so that your thumb's on the A, and then you're going to be playing G, so it will sound like this. Then in bar 5, what you need to do is shift back to your original starting position, okay, because you've got that same chord, C and G, and you're going to play it for 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that might be worth practicing, going from bar 4 to bar 5, where you start on the A with the thumb, then the G with the index finger, and then doing a quick change back to the C and the G chord. Moving on to bar 7, you've got C for 4 beats with the little finger, 2, 3, 4, and then bar 8 is simply G with your thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the left hand on page 1, and obviously you'll repeat that page. Moving on to the second page then, you've got the same chord coming up. You're going to be playing it 4 times in the left hand, but you're going to be playing the first 3 times as short as you can because we have the staccato dots over these notes. So bars 9 and 10 is going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then bars 11 to 12 is exactly the same rhythm, but just that you're going to be changing the bottom note of the chord to a D. So you'll keep your thumb on the G, but you'll be using the 4th finger to play the D. So bars 11 to 12 sound like this. 2, 3, 4. Okay, moving on to bar 13, just 2 notes, 2 beats on each, F, then G, like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. We've got a hand position change here, and it's the same position change as when you did it on bar 4. Just going to shift everything up 1 to the right so that your thumb can reach this A. Okay, so you're going to play that for 2 beats. 1, 2, and then in bar 15 you've got a chord, F and A, and then you're going to play the G with your index finger for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. So it might be an idea to practice a little section here going from bar 13 to bar 15. So I'm just going to play that to you so you can then have a go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Bar 16 is simply 1 G, nice and short. You're going to repeat that section because you've got the repeat dots, and then bar 17, you're going to be back in your original hand position, and bar 17 is F, E, F, E, C, like this. Okay, and then your final chord, 3 notes simultaneously, C, E, and G for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be playing my teacher duet part now. So these are the smaller notes along the bottom of each of the pages. So make sure that you're happy playing your part hands together and in time, and then you can try it along with me. So here we go. This is how fast I'm going to be doing it. So this kind of speed. My advice is to try tapping your foot first to this beat. Tap, 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 because that's how fast we're going to be doing it. Okay, so don't forget your repeats. Let's get your hands into position. My hands are in position. Are you ready? Here we go. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there we are. How did you get on? Did you finish at the same time as me? Don't forget you can rewind, fast forward and pause this video to suit you, and also you can adjust the playback speed as well. So if you felt that maybe I was going a bit too fast or indeed too slow, you can adjust the speed to suit you. Okay, hope you got on all right. Looking forward to hearing how you get on. Take care, see you soon. Bye.